So many trees! And it's gone. Most of it's gone. Not even most of it, but a lot of it is gone. We did that in a stream. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Go Number 4, and welcome to Build a Thing, a Minecraft survival Let's Play series where in every episode we are gonna build a thing. And today we're gonna get started on like our new town city thing that we're building on this island here. And I've been trying stuff out in creative, and I've been collecting some resources, but we are definitely gonna need more. So I'll figure, let's talk a little bit about like the way we want to build here. So I have a specific style in mind, or it's very non-specific, I guess. It's a weird style. The concept for this town is sort of like Venice by way of Studio Ghibli. Like anime Venice with a bit more of like a Japanese flair to it, but not specifically like a Japanese town or Japanese city or like Southeast Asian style inspired. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of canals. It's gonna be a lot of colors. It's gonna be a lot of different sort of jumbled styles jumbled together. And also, I really want this place to feel very like jam-packed with action, with stuff. I want it to be like buildings stacked on top of each other, and like lots of verticality to it, and lots of like connecting bridges between buildings, and lots of that sort of stuff, and buildings like going down into the water with their own little like staircase into the water, and like gondolas, and like I don't know, a harbor maybe. We shall see where we take this, but for today we are gonna get started on sort of two buildings just to show off the sort of style, the sort of way we're gonna go about this. And I'm thinking we're gonna make this sort of wee little rivery thing into, so we can sort of use the water that's already here, which is gonna be great, I think. And one building is gonna be more of like a connection building. It's gonna be like an there's gonna be an underpass where the like road is gonna go under it. You'll see. But I guess this building would be like a storeroom for where maybe the town guard would keep some stuff and use it as like a connecting point for the rest of the sort of thing. So it's not really gonna be a residential building. The other building is probably gonna have like a store in it on the other side, and I'm thinking we do like a little connecting bridge over here, over the canal, which I think could be really cool. So the bad thing about the style that I want to be building in is that we are gonna need so many resources, because I want to build with like buildings in all different colors and like so many cool things. I want lots of color in here. These buildings are gonna be pretty boring looking by themselves, but then we're gonna add like bunches and bunches of detail onto them, which I think is gonna be really cool. And I think in a context of like a big city, I think they're gonna look really cool. So let's head over back to our little area and get some more resources. Oh man, that was a lot of stuff I had to get, or quite a few trips back and forth. But I think we've gathered all the stuff that we need. And I'm sorry guys, it's a new day for me while I'm recording this, so if my voice sounds weird, it's because I just woke up. But anyway, we now have like bunches and bunches of stuff. Yeah, I guess. So we should have enough stuff to build something, but you never know. Like I'm willing to bet that there's something that I forgot to get, so we'll see how the time lapse turns out. But I'm thinking first we're just gonna build like the main sort of structures. So we'll do a smaller time lapse of that, and then I'll stop back in and talk a bit about how we're doing this next. But we're gonna do sort of like a layout job here and build the main sort of structures. So let's just get building, I guess. Yeah! Okay, alright, so these are the basic shapes that we're working with here. Very boxy, I guess. But I think you can already sort of see the style that we're going for. So, yeah. So as you can see, I've sort of just made like a weird dumb gradient here. And of course, that's not going to be the end result. This is basically, I like to do this when I build like these simple shapes, just to sort of give me a sense of how the texturing is going to work later. And then we go in and replace a lot of these with, and jam it all, mush it all up. Maybe even bring down like a lot of the white concretes all the way down here as well, because the building is supposed to be mainly white. And on this one, now that I look at it, I don't really like the way the gradient goes here. We'll have to adjust that, but yeah, I just really wanted to do a yellow building, I guess. So I did this, and yeah, I think it turns out pretty good. So what I'm trying to do here is sort of a sample of what the rest of the town is gonna look like. We're also gonna have like a lot of bridges, like there's probably gonna be a bridge right here, arching over the sort of canal. And we're gonna make the canal a lot like more narrow by bringing in sort of a wooden dock thingamabobs right here. But I really like the way like the buildings go into the canal, into the water. So yeah, we have something to start with, and now let's bring in some roofs. Let's detail this thing up quite a bit, and I'll see you after this next time lapse. So let's get building. All right, we did some stuff, and I think it's looking really good. I really like. Oh, 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 yeah. Get out of here. Anyway, I really like the way the sort of leftmost building here turned out, because I had to improvise a lot of this detailing, and I really like the way we sort of made this scaffolding sort of work, and these weird plant pots and all that sort of stuff. But I've sort of finished all the exteriors here, and I hope this sort of gives a vibe of the style that we're going for and how this city is gonna feel. I really like this bridge. It's it's maybe it doesn't fit with the rest of the stuff as much, but I just like the way it's just a colorful bridge. Anyway, we still have the interiors to finish though, and I kind of have a lot of trouble figuring them out. And I really want this place to be accessible from the canals, so that you can sort of ride a boat around this whole town. So that's why we're gonna have more of these sort of just staircases going into the canals, and eventually we're gonna have to sort of detail up the floor, the canal floor here as well. But that might be a streaming project or something. I don't know. Anyway, oh, I love this roof here. I think that's really cool. This is a vibe that we're going for. For the road, I really wanted to go with a non-path block road for this one, because path blocks have their positives and negatives. The good thing about path blocks is you can just spam with a shovel, you know? Spam the shovel on the grass and make a thing. But it also has the sort of height thing, so you height variation. So if we sort of do a path block here, you can see it's 1 pixel basically below the other blocks around it, which when you put them right next to a building sort of reveals the block underneath. So here I have nothing underneath, and I would have had to make like an extra layer of building basically, which you always tend to forget, and it always turns out to be like an extra work in the end. So I'm happy to go without path blocks for this one, and I chose to do coarse dirt, spruce wood, and what is this? Brown mushroom block. I realized that the brown mushroom block might be a real pain to collect later, but that's something we're gonna have to live with. So but yeah, there's still a lot left to do. We have to decorate this place a bit more on the inside and do some extra bits and bobs. This is where we sort of have to come up with what type of buildings these are, because both of these buildings are sort of okay buildings where you just pass through like along the road, and then they would have like stuff on the upper floor that would be actual functional stuff. So we have to think about something cool here to actually put in these buildings and make these interiors work, because we need to get up there from here in some way without it looking weird. We need to design a nice roof for this, a ceiling. So I mean, we need to make this weird wall work. And on the other building, it's even more effed up, because you know, the sort of natural place to go up would be here, but that also interferes with this entrance from the bridge. So we have to figure something out. I'm thinking probably just ladder and trapdoor or something, but we're gonna have to work on that. So I'm gonna grab some more materials, and we'll build some of that. Man, I love these sort of balconies though that are just open. You can just whoop out. Oh right, I got Elytra. We went to the end in a stream, and we slew the dragon after many a missed shot, and we went to go to some cities, and we did some stuff, and we have shulker boxes now, which I think is just great. So that's the sort of stuff that you can watch me fail at doing if you come watch my streams. But anyway, let's grab some materials and let's do some of these interiors. Okay, we have collected some materials, and man, I I like this entrance here with the orange stuff sort of really standing out, and this trapdoor border here. Really like that. Anyway, sidetracked once again. And now we're gonna try to make sense of the mess that are these interiors. But first of all, I was thinking, like, since both of these buildings are basically just archway buildings that you would sort of pass through, like you could ride a horse through here basically. Everybody walks through these, they're like on the road basically. It would make sense for these to be sort of like guards stationed here. So I was thinking, at least on this building, let's make this into sort of like where the guards would keep some of their stuff, and maybe like 1 or 2 guards are stationed here. So for us to make sense of this, I have one idea. So first of all, we're gonna build sort of a wooden platform here. And on top of here, I was thinking they could be the sort of way I'm gonna furnish this is very like Skyrim dungeon inspired. So let's just have a couple of barrels in here. You know, just they keep some of their stuff there, and then we'll probably have like a bed here or something. I don't know. And we want to sort of bring this up because we need a pillar or something to sort of support this whole thing here. So this wall can be brought up. Now there's this issue though. Alright, so we have this sort of little corner here. Then we want to figure out how to make sense of this. So we probably want a spruce floor up here. So we're going to fill that in. We're going to leave a tiny hole here for a ladder to come up. I think that could be pretty cool. Now we can put a ladder here, which could be pretty cool, I think. So let's do that. There we go. And now we can get up on top of the roof and walk around among all these rooftop plantation thingamabobs. Let's go sleep. All right, and for this to make any sense, we need to make like a fence type of thing here. So let's make that out of trapdoors, I guess. We got like a little wooden side thing. I wouldn't say this is the best ceiling design I've ever made, but I mean, it works. I think we could spice it up a little bit more by getting some beams in like this, or beams, and I don't know if they're beams, but there's something. Just a little bit extra depth and texture, which I think works. That works. It's good enough. So we have some light up here as well, because we don't want any bad boys spawning on the bridge. And I think that's going to be it for this interior. I think it's fine. I think it's pretty good. At least there's something to look at. We could get some rugs in here. That could be nice. Here probably would be a nice place for a rug. But we're going to head on over to this interior. And this is where I'm a little bit afraid. Oh, I don't know what to do really. But we'll figure something out. Alright, I thought of something at least. So let's get a floor design in here. Let's do some diagonal, some logs like this. Let's do some logs like this, if you know what I mean. Let's just do some logs like this, you know? Putting some slabs in between those logs, then strip them. Make this a little platformy thingy. Alright, so what I'm thinking for this place is that is also a storeroom, but we're gonna go with like shelves. But we need to get a ceiling in here because this is kind of weird. I sort of like this though, the open airflow type of thing. So we just need to get like a sort of archway here that has that does it so that this makes sense. That's a weird phrase to use. Okay, so we have something in here, something making some sort of sense, and we are going to build some shelves in here. So what I like to do then is grab some spruce doors. Let's make a shelf here. There we go. There we go. Like so. That's a shelf if I've ever seen one. And then we can sort of add some more here. So we have 2 on the far opposite ends of the room, and we're gonna have 1 more in the middle here, like so. Alright, there we go. That's something, you know. This is like a little storage area. This is how I interior decorate. I just spam barrels everywhere. Anyway, let's put a lantern here. Let's put a lantern on this. Put a lantern. Lantern hanging down in the center. That's beautiful. All right, that's pretty cool. That's some interiors done, man. I'm pretty happy with myself. So, this should be good. This is pretty much it for the interiors. I'm gonna go find a chicken. All right, so we have a chicken, and you know what? I've seen a lot of people do this before, but I thought it was really cool that you could do this with a composter, because the composter is, to me, it sort of looks like a rope tied around like a log, which I think is really cool. So what I want to do here is I want to get this chicken inside of this composter, and that might be harder than I thought. We're gonna try it. Get in there. I think we did it. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get that away. Do not let him out. And get that away. Oh yeah. Oh. I've seen a lot of people do this before with the leads on the chicken and like tie it to a thing to make it look like a rope, but I really like that you can sort of put them inside of a composter that also looks like a rope tied around the log. I thought that was a really cool thing, but that's my last tip of the day. So that's gonna have to be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and you know, if you enjoyed it, why don't you consider subscribing and liking the video? That would be awesome. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, and have a good one.